Next up, once we have all of our clips imported in and we've previewed some of our footage, or if we change the names of anything, um, we got to go through our bins, and we might have to import more clips in here. So if I want to make another bin, I would go to File, New Bin, or I would hit Command and the letter N. Um, so if I hit that, notice it's right under there. It's underneath the original bin. Um, it's called Parkour Bin, and I'll change that to bin 2 because I already have bin 1. And say if I want to move some of these clips into my new bin, I can move those just by dragging it in there. Now you always have you always want to create a new bin, especially for sequences. I haven't started my bin yet, so I want to make a new bin or Command N, and I want to make one because obviously my sequence and my timeline on the bottom is going to be its own. I might have more than one, especially if you're doing an episode of a TV show. You're going to have more than one sequence. So I want to make a sequence for a bin, so I'm going to call it sequences. So there we go. I have two bins for footage, and I have one bin for my sequences. Now notice in bins you have all different kind of views. Right now we're in the standard view, right here, and then that's right here in blue labeled where my cursor is. You also have this is called, and it's also called brief view, by the way. I also have frame view, where I can see a picture of the clip, and I also have frame view also with notes on it, which is the last one. So you have brief as the first one, frame is the second one, and frame with notes is the last one. Because it knows you have a box here, so maybe I want to put medium shot, or you want to put bad clip, just a couple of notes, or you want to put notes for color correction or audio correction. Just a couple of notes in there. So depending on the way you like to view your clip, that's the best way you're going to have to go with it. Notice in each part, especially in bins, and we're going to go through this, all bins have the hamburger menu. That little hamburger is what I call it. It's called the fast menu. In there, that's where you can make some quick changes depending on what the bin or the area does it. Notice between my source and record, I have a hamburger. On my timeline, I have a hamburger on the bottom of the timeline. And also in my project window, I don't really have a hamburger menu in my project, but I have a drop down arrow with some things. And we mentioned the project window before. Notice I have it for a bin. Underneath the bin, though, there is a fast menu for hamburger where you can create a new bin that way, a new folder. There's a couple things. So all the fast menus in each area do different things depending on what it is. Going through the project window, there's volumes. Not really going to do anything with volumes. There's settings if you need to make any changes. The purple square is my effects. You also have the format, but you did this when you created the project, and the usage and how long you have Avid Media Composer open for. Mostly you're going to use the purple square and the bins when you're in the project window. So again, remember to check that hamburger also too. And if I'm in my bin, and if I hit that hamburger, if I hit my frame view here, and I press Command L, it's going to make the clip larger. And notice how it's getting bigger on the screen. If I hit Command and the letter K, it's going to make the clips smaller on the screen. So depending on your eyesight and what you're looking for, that's what you want to go for. So there's many things that you can do here in the hamburger. It's your fast menu. Say if there's a clip and you wanna, if I'm back into standard view here, and I know I'm not going to use this clip, I'm just going to hit delete. It'll say delete one clip. I'll hit OK, and the clip is gone. Sometimes, especially if, and I'll hit Command Z to get that clip back there. Edit, and it brought it back. Say if I want to delete the sequences one, and I hit delete. Notice I put it in the trash. It didn't delete it forever. It's in the trash. You can empty your trash too just as much. If you hold Control click, I can empty trash. So it's not gone forever. I just dragged it out of the trash, so it's back, it's alive, it's there, it's good and well. So it's there. So if you delete a bin by accident, by trash, and you realize you need it, I don't like to delete things. I never know when I'm going to use it. So that's just pretty much how you go through something. Now say if I have a clip here, and I'm going to double click on one of my clips, and I skim through this clip. They're going to do a trick in a second here, and see the gentleman made a couple of clips. Now before they were just standing there. There wasn't anything really going on. So maybe I just want to make an in point here where they are about to do the trick, and I make the out point when the clip is done. And I mean, that's a lot of footage right there before that I'm never going to use for my project. So I want to make a sub clip. So I made an in and out point on a clip, and now I want to make a new bin. I want to make File, New Bin, Command and the letter N, and I'm going to call this Subclips. I'm not deleting the original clip, I'm just making shorter versions of this. And I'm just going to drag where I made an in point and out point into that bin called Subclips, and there it is. I'm going to call it Cartwheel underscore sub, and now I made a subclip. And notice my film strip is a little bit smaller than the original one. And I double click that, and notice when I play it, it's just the subclip of the trick going on right now. So that is a really helpful tool when you're trying to organize here. Now I'm about to make a sequence and to start editing some footage. So how do I make a sequence? Now I remember I made a bin for sequences. So let me double click that and open that up here. And I want to click anywhere in the gray, and I'm going to go to File, or excuse me, Clip, and New Sequence. The shortcut is Shift, Command, and the letter N. Or if I need to, I can Control plus click in the gray area and select New Sequence. And select that, it comes up. I know it came up because it shows my video audios on the bottom in the timeline. I'm going to name this Movie for now. And if you have multiple scenes, you might make a sequence for each scene. So that's another way to go too. And now notice on the timeline, here's my timeline right here. I have video 1, I have A1, A2. Each audio comes with 2 audio tracks. You just get 1 video track, but you can always make a new video track. You can always make a new audio track. 2 audio tracks for right and left ear. Think of headphones. And then plus you get other buttons that we'll go through as we go through the tutorials.